Looking back at their previous scorelines against this very team, you know, they were never one to escape the quarterfinal stage. Them Fantasy lost to Zeta in March 0-3, lost them again in June 1-3, and yeah, Trav, I'll let you take it away because you've got some strong feelings on this one.
I actually don't really have that strong a feeling. It's kind of what's expected, right? Like, I think this might be the most one-sided prediction we've seen all year long, and it comes here in the last month. 98% to 2, and I mean, I'm not even like questioning, because I'd probably feel pretty similar. Like, I'd give them maybe 10% if I was being a bit generous, but Zeta Division have just been on top of so much this year. We got a Shooting Stars, the first map. AOF gonna first pick that Piper, get that taken off the board quite quickly. Bands wise, we're looking at the Bell, Tick, and RT from Zeta Division, and Ammo Fantasy got rid of the Grey, the Nanny. Pretty self-explanatory considering they picked up that Piper as the first pick, and then Carl followed up after that as well.
I am the 2%. I want to see it happen, but I'm with you as well. Being realistic about things, it's hard to see how Ammo Fantasy can do this, but I don't mind the Piper first pick, especially with the Nanny ban as well, and the Tick ban. I think it makes a lot of sense. Leon will be the first draft in for Zeta, and of course we know what they would have done with that Nanny pick on the table as well, so I think it's good from Ammo Fantasy to eradicate it, especially as their first full process was that Piper pick. But there's still a lot which can go wrong for them later on down the lines, potentially, you know, a Sprout, or earlier down the lines. I was going to say, yeah, sure, I don't mind it. I think that it's going to cause a bit of a problem then for Ammo Fantasy to work around. They're going to have something more aggressive to combine with this long-range affair.
Yeah, and I mean, with them banning Carl off the map, that kind of takes that out of the mix as well, which is usually one of those main things that you kind of bring in against the Sprout. You know, flying hook in, the spin, it really can't defend that well against it. But we'll see what they do choose to bring down, whether or not they're just going to kind of double down on this range or go for something more aggressive, as you do say. We've seen, you know, Fang coming a few times here. If that's available a little bit later on down the line, then possibly might have to go for that. But obviously with Zeta having this last pick, it is a bit risky. They're going to double down with the range. I can't blame them for it. Maybe be able to get a pull through on this mid here onto the Sprout, but it's gonna be a tough ask.
Body's still available as well, and that'd be a great into the Sprout idea, but whether they'll go down with it, I'm not too sure. They are going to go down with it. I am getting it pretty much on point today so far, but I don't want to speak too soon. For Zeta, though, definitely they need to have some range to add to this idea. Bell wouldn't be a bad shot, but they banned it anyway, along with the Tick and the RT. I think they're pretty decent bans in that regard, but might be coming back to bite them just a little bit now, as they do need to have something else to be able to contend with this. They've got a lot of control, no doubt about that, but it's definitely going to come down to a bit more of a ranged idea, which is going to have to combine with it, or aggression. We haven't really seen Max come into the mix and Shooting Star since the nerf, but it seems like Reply Totem really are showing us why that's still viable. Brock, a much safer pair of hands. I do like that. A very, very solid final pick there from Zeta. I mean, in terms of draft, now you can see the big picture, Trav. Who are you kind of siding with here?
Yeah, it's a tough one, really. If Zeta can get control and push these long-range brawlers back into spawn, then I think they're going to be fine. But if Ammo Fantasy are, you know, firm in the mid and don't let the Sprout get too many free shots off, then I think they've got a chance. It's a bit of a tough one, really. It's just two kind of different styles of play coming against each other, and I really don't know who's going to come out on top, whether Ammo Fantasy are going to be able to make something absolutely magical happen here and beat Zeta Division, or if Zeta Division will shut them down and knock them out and allow Navi to slot into that LCQ spot. We'll find out very, very shortly. But getting into Shooting Star, I mean, you can't really root against Zeta here, but we'll see how it does play out. Coming into it now, Sprout going to be playing through this mid. It should be tough for you know, Sane to be able to get this mid star, as 3 shots instantly from Meow Connect, and he managed to pick it up.
Yeah, I do worry a bit here for Ammo Fantasy, because Sprout here is so suppressive in nature, allows your team to push up a great deal off the back of the shots. Naui on the left-hand side, connecting quite a few of them himself, and does inch a little bit closer towards getting that super as well, and that's going to be a dangerous thing, especially when Stel has not got jump to hand, or Philip for that matter as well. And Philip is taking a lot of shots on the right from Geru, so doing a great job of just keeping things under control. Now the gadget pop from Stel, and a chance to try to push things back, but won't really do too much in that respect, as the wall goes down from Meow, and that will shut things down pretty quick.
Yeah, jumps available there from Stella. He's able to kind of spray onto Meow whenever he gets a chance. Oh, we saw Philip there. Almost felt like he might have connected that shot and then followed up with the homemade recipe. And see a few shots coming out there. Scoomy there through the mid and managed to get some shots into Meow. But now the jump comes into the wall. Says no. Surely they're able to get this finish off, but he's still surviving. He gets the trade. They can't complain about that. The blue stars flip to them, but the lead still remains in Zeta's hands.
1 star in it. And there's plenty of time still for Ammo Fantasy to be able to get a final clutch kill if they can stay on their feet up until that moment in time. Now, though, has got super as well. Gary's got the Rocket Rain on the right-hand side too, so Philip definitely going to be having to keep his distance at bay just a little bit until he's able to earn something of an escape route. Same without Paul, can't really do too much either himself. Just trying to whittle their way down and push back Zeta. but Gary's doing a pretty decent job on the right-hand side of keeping things at bay in that respect as well. And same, really can't do much here. Meow is just too suppressive, down to 1,900 HP now, and it's AOF which have got to make the play.
Yeah, the homemade recipe was thrown out there as well. Stell's trying to make the play. Invis is there. Now he gets the pick up and he doesn't take any damage along the way either. Philip's very low, but the vengeful spirits come in. SQM is surely going to go down here, manage to get the pull, but it's not going to be enough no matter who he grabs other than Gero.
Going in too hot and headed can really lead to things escalating quickly, and Zeta are very, very good when under pressure, as they've been under it a great deal amount of times this year. Swapping the mid then to the Bonnie, it's not working out at all. They've got to rethink that, as it's allowed the blue start and a lot of control over to Zeta, and Stel was lucky to get away, honestly, with the HP that he did. But look at this, Zeta can smell blood. They're going for it. Stel is just shooking these, I mean, wondrously well, but not really going to help them too much, except for more control over to Zeta.
I mean, now he used the invis there. I was a little bit worried that he was just going to go a little bit over-aggressive and flip the lead, but they do manage to hold on, and Stel's low once more. Now he's still up top, though, surviving for a good amount of time, but not really being provided much help. Gero's going to be able to get one shot to Philip and one shot to SQM, but just survived by jumping out there as well. One rocket lace is used, though. Might have wanted to save that for a bit later in the game, but it's still, same as last game, only one star decided.
Philip's got to connect a bit more on this right-hand side. Piper can really pop off on this map, and he can just get the break on that wall and give himself some more space to work with. Push back now, low HP. That's the problem. Same can connect to pull as well, but they can try to eradicate Naui swiftly before that super comes into play. It'll go a long way too, but this can't seem to find the range decrease enough to be able to connect a lot of what AOF brings to the table right now, and Zeta know it.
A little bit worrying for them then, and now Meow's managed to get one shot to Philip, just stopping him, keeping him back from breaking this wall, but the homemade recipe comes out, and there goes the rocket laces once more from Gero. Only one remaining for him, but they are pushed so heavily back. I mean, they've still got the lollipop drop to tank, they've got the wall to be able to stop people from pushing up, but he's going to use it on that right-hand side. Philip should be able to get the break on that with 20 seconds left. I mean, he's going to have to, surely. The 3 shots almost connect, 2 do, but 1 misses, and now they're just backing them off little by little. Gene's going to move over to the right-hand side, another wall comes down, but it's not going to cover much. In comes a jump, that can flip it, but will Stel be able to get out? Now he's going aggressive. SQM gets the kill. The trade's not there from Gero. Stel survives, and AOF answer back.
Fantasia, if they can just replicate that last game, but it's still a big ask. Zeta have got the control. They've got that cold exterior which they need to have to be able to bring things back into control, but Stel potentially a little bit overzealous there, but does escape back to get the healing puffs there from Sam on the left-hand side. A few taps here and there on the left. Same still survives on, but Philip might need to break here. Now he can't really be left in this position. He's going to give himself a bit more space here, and Zeta definitely showing a lot more aggression this time round.
Yeah, and the wall's there as well. Stops the pitch onto Gero, but the vengeful spirits come out. The jump has to be used by Gero, and now he's going to go down. Meow needs to find a trade, but Stel, he's got the availability to be tanked for by Philip as well, but he doesn't have much HP. The pull comes through, and that should be another kill for AOF. They're playing beautifully this time, but a slight hint of over-aggression, I feel, from Zeta.
I was waiting to see a magic hand connection. Finally came through. A nice dodge there on the rocket rain from Same. Stel still got the jump to hand. That'll go a long way. Now he might be the prime target for on the right-hand side if Philip keeps him as low as he is. Goes in for Meow. The wall comes down. That's going to put him in a really bad spot, out of position. And a shot to follow, 700 HP. Picked up in the end, but the lead's still very much about Fantasy.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. 52 seconds and 5 stars is what's going to be able to flip this. The super's coming in. He's gambling it. He's going to be able to get one. Gets out as well. 1 star in it now, and that was a valuable kill to get. The pull's there, and now he was just in that bush trying to hide out, but the Gene's going to be able to scout him out. Piper versus Brock, not the most favorable matchup, but with Meow here, it might still work.
I love that. No lamp out on the Gene, so it made perfect sense to go on the aggressive, but now he is the prime target now with 4 stars above his head. If Sam can just connect a pull here and get the support that he needs to extend this lead, but they have got the lead. They haven't got to go too aggressive too soon, but Zeta are closing in on this ball with 15 seconds left. It's hard not to see how they don't make a play here, and Fantasia have got to defend this off.
Yeah, no lollipop drop though, and that's not going to be able to tank. They might have to just accept that now he's getting it, but where has that gone? They're pinned in now. Terrible pull comes out of SQM. Stel goes down. Zeta Division take the lead, and the wall stops everything else. They take the first set, but boy, was that close.
Very close indeed, but Zeta kept firm. Kept the pressure on, and AOF just didn't know what to do with themselves.
It goes from here, another to Zeta, and then another after that, and that's how it usually plays out. You need to put them on the back foot early on to be able to shake them up and really have a chance.
Well, apparently Meow was starting Game of Ladder by accident, so we got a bit of a delay. I mean, clearly behind on his quests and wanting to really, gain up all that lost time from the scrims. But we are going in now to the draft for Pinhole Punt. And the bands are in Squeak, Poco, and Tara for Zeta. And a first draft of Stu, which is an aggressive choice, but definitely a susceptible one to be this early in the draft. Crow, Shelly, and B of the bands on sort of Fantasy. So Cordelius, well up for grabs here.
Yeah, we'll see if it does come in, but Bonnie's going to be the first pick out of AOF, and you'd expect a Cordelius coming in after this. It's just too strong to be left undrafted. I know they're actually going to go for the M's as well there. Maybe it's kind of flown under their radar, and they really haven't seen the fact that it's gone unbanned. Zeta Division should surely pick something up like that up now to keep their aggressive tendencies going, especially to pair up with this Stu. Aggression is what they're going to be going for, and I just don't know if Ammo Fantasi are going to be able to deal with it. I mean, Ems is obviously good at deflating aggression, but once those three gadgets are used, it's a lot tougher.
I don't mind the spike pick. They need some range for sure. I mean, I don't mind Cordelius combining with the Stu, but it is going to be lacking in range, massively so, and there's a great deal of that on the side of Ammo Fantasi. The Tara band does kind of indicate a bit more towards the Cordelius for me, because it's one of the stronger brawlers into that one. So, I mean, we'll see what they think, but I think Spike for me is actually quite an underrated one. It's so suppressive now. Buster coming in. We've seen this from Zeta before, and it worked out pretty well. It wasn't necessarily on this particular map and mode, but nonetheless, they do know how to play it pretty well. It's a little bit of a brawler pick, which I'm not really necessarily on side with, but in the right hands, it can make some moves, and ultimately with that gadget, it can be pretty decent at scoring goals.
Yeah, but like into an Ems, into a possible Cordelius, these tank counters that can come a bit further on down the line, it's definitely a risky play. In Zeta Division, we know they like taking risks, and they do sometimes pay off. They're actually going to go for the Ashe, just try to take that tank versus tank matchup, leave Cordelius undrafted. I really do like both of these. I really do like both of these, but at the same time, I mean, it's hard to root against an Ashe when Buster's on the other side.
Interesting draft, by far what I was expecting, to be completely honest. Someone had to grab Cordelius, surely there. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst of ideas for Ammo Fantasi to pick it up for their final one, but I know what you mean. I mean, into the Buster, Ashe is definitely going to be a strong choice, but it is Zeta with the Buster. I mean, on any other given day, I wouldn't really give the time of day to Buster, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how this one fares. Ultimately, it's hard not to start with the Ammo Fantasi comp, but in the hands of Zeta, I feel like, especially with that Stu pick, which they know and love so well, I think it's going to do pretty well.
Yeah, as I say, at the end of the day, you give Zeta any comp and they can usually excel with it, so we'll see if they're able to do just that here. Curveball coming through on the right-hand side against Stell, and he's managed to heal up quite nicely, but some aggression coming in from Nawi, just sitting behind this wall, doing such a good job of keeping the rest of AOF back. In comes that pull, and the takedown there from Nawi as well. Askumi's going to be pushing forwards, though. Shield going to be popped up by Nawi, and quickly wasted. Did have to get a shot off, but the pinches coming in from Zeta, and they just look so in control, even in this kind of matchup. They're just looking great.
Forever calm and collected, aren't they? I mean, they've just grown so much this year when you compare their journey to last year. Doing really well for themselves, no doubt about it, but this year they've just excelled so much better. They creep forwards now, pop up the super from Nawi, but it's going to take a little bit of the front from this M super in the meanwhile, and trickling down with the help of his teammates will come out on top, and that's going to place Zeta now in a good spot. If Meow can get super as well, that will do so much work on this spawn side, and Gary continues to be aggressive as the takedown of Stell is there. Approaching now, potential goal scoring opportunity if now he gets the gadget on time here. He's gone for it, possible to the wall. There's a bit of missed time there, but not going to trick forwards either way. The attempt was made, but the defense is there for Ammo Fantasi.
I mean, the thing is, even when they lose a player, they still look so calm and composed and in control. They're just waiting for it to come back up and waiting for another chance, because they know it's going to come, especially with this Buster here. Just mistime that gadget with the respawn of Stell. He's going to throw out these robotic rats, but one shot would have cleaned those up quite nicely. Not sure why he really popped the shield there, but Gero with some nice dashes, avoiding quite a lot and getting the super back. Really doesn't go amiss.
Well, Philip's got super, but goes to the standard pass as he is outnumbered on the bottom right-hand side. Goes on the aggressive here. Now he's very low, but can't really do much more than that, as Meow did some great defensive work at the top of the map as well, and that's opened up a lot of space now for potential push. Same, just keeping things under control though. The super to hand, and Zeta again, just this is where they're so dangerous, when they just lurk in spots, trying to find the space and the timings. And again, with now he's got more gadgets to hand. If he times this one better, could be an easy goal, but not going to happen off the line. Philip comes out with defense.
Yeah, really, really close there, but just managed to grab himself on that wall and stop the full pull-through coming in. But with Ash and Buster in this overtime, you can't really see who's going to be coming out on top. But the slows there available from Meow. Should be able to throw it towards SQME and get a really solid slow off here. Does get it in, and obviously with the Mythic Gear, he's going to be slowed down even further. Great shots coming through. Another jump is there available from Philip as well, but not going to be using it just yet. Stell taking some heavy fire. Another shot comes through as well, but the jump forward from Philip's going to be taken off the map so fast. Super Veil from Meow, but Robotic Rats are there. Now the shield comes up from Now. He's going to shoot through anyway. Gadget was used, but made no connections, and Stell's going to go down, but not without a trade from Stell.
Poor connections there from Philip, just to continue the offense onto Naui, and he is taking the front. Again, consecutive follow-ups as well, and this is potentially going towards a good goal-scoring opportunity for AMEA if they can keep the pressure on. Stell's pushing the left-hand side, big taps coming in. The jump in from Philip is good, but he will go down. The trade is there. Can Same finish this off? I think he can, and AMEA will...
So many shots. He just looked so good.
It's not out of the question. And that might just be the moment for AMEA to get a bit more confidence in these early outset moments. An early jump in from Philip, closes up Garu, and now potential pass here. Meow is going to be incredibly low. That is going to be a goal in 15 seconds.
I mean, looking at the comps, this is what we expected, right? But after that first game, I was like, okay, Zeta should be able to bring this one back. They looked in control for the majority, but after that start from AOF, I'm not sure I feel the same way. SQB's going to get pulled in as well there. Did pick up the ball on the way, so couldn't get the shots off. Jump comes in once more, and now it's just Gero all alone. Philip trying to aggress him, but Ash is too low to be able to pass that ball up, and successfully just deflates this push.
Surviving on there with the gap to Hill. Now he's susceptible here, but survives on. Right-hand side, there's a lot of clustering here as well, and yeah, SQME can get a lot of value if he connects, but he does not. That should give a little bit more buying time over to Zeta. We're now in a really dangerous spot, actually. Philip's got to defend this pretty well. This is now a 1v3, and that's a tough position for anyone to find themselves in. But they can just deflate some of this utility early on. That's what they, in defense of AMEA, they were able to maintain a lot of going into overtime last time round, and that is definitely going to be part of the challenge, is just to keep whittling down Zeta until they've got nothing left. Great pass through Sagari though, but not able to make anything of it. And it should be another defense for AMEA.
Yeah, but I mean, they baited out that body super, and that's such a huge thing to do, making him start from square one. SQB's going to use this super as well, but Gero should be able to get out of it quite nicely. Slow down there as well from the spike super. Really nice stuff with that mythic gear. But still, Philip, they're just going to be defending this ball for the rest of the game. Super comes down from Meow and slows them down once more. He's cycling them like nobody's business now. And Gero's going aggressive. Shouldn't be too far off a goal here. The ball passed through. Can now he get it in? This time they do. And Zeta even out in game 2 of Brawl Ball.
There's a friend zone for SQME there available, but I think they've just gotten taken care of just before the inevitable moment in time. Philip's got to jump here, and he might have to use it early on, but he needs to connect, most importantly, if he does. As these sprays from the left are quite essential to keeping back Zeta from SQME, but the right-hand side, there is still Stell lurking. But in 20 seconds, there's got to be a goal here for AMEA, or this one will go to the third and final game, but tries to jump in, gets taken down quickly. SQME might be able to make a champion play here. Boss the super, but not going to be able to do too much here. And that's defensive work in play from Zeta. Can they push this ball forwards? They got a good position here for overtime. The walls are going down any second now, and this could be the prime opportunity to do so. Can AMEA defend this now? Great support from Naui. That'll help out considerably. The robotic rats go down as well, but positioning power is still there, and Gary's got super.
Yeah, Garo's making moves super to the left-hand side there. Surely should have been a guaranteed goal, but they're going to play the long game. They want to know they're going to be able to get the ball in, and they do.
Crucial moment for them. They've had some good moments. There's no doubt about it. They're making plays, and it just feels like Zeta, though, for the most part, are able to recollect better off the back of those defeats. But we shall see. It's a good start for AMEA, some good taps, but now he goes on the aggressive, gets rewarded as well. Super Pop is there, and he's still surviving on. My word, the clear-up is there, absolutely so for Zeta, and they should be able to walk this one through.
And they got the super there as well, but he actually misses the goal. Meow gets knocked back. Zeta, hello, just score. The knockback comes through. Beautiful friend zone from SQME there to defend that one off, and that should have been a goal, but they do manage to defend it, and that might be the lifeline they need.
Clearly worried about the friend zone gadget on the side of this community, but nonetheless, you can't miss those opportunities, and now finding themselves in a defensive position. Coming out of it now, though, and that was definitely a moment that they should have capitalized on, but they can rekindle this for 3 versus 2 now. The aggressiveness shows its form again. Super passing, gadget pop for Naui. He gets Philip, but nothing more than that. The ball's still there, but The respawn still is going to be able to push back from this.
Yeah, just getting them out, pushing them back, and throwing that ball back into the corner. Superstar Garo is going to be able to get so many heals off the Gasser heal there. Philip's going to go jump in, and that leaves them susceptible in the goal. SQ's the only one defending, has his super, but he's not going to survive much longer. Now he just baits out a few shots. Garo picks him up. He's going to wait out the time a little bit longer as well, and 1 minute 10 for AMOFantasy to get an answer, or they're going to be in an awful position.
Yeah, Zeta are back in control now, recovering, patching themselves up with a band-aid here and there, but they are in the lead. 1 minute remains, and that's a great super from Meow. Gary gets the pick up. Now he goes in trying to find Stell here, but just playing ring around the rosy on this little bit of tile. If Gary wants to pass the Mauer, he could on the left-hand side, but chooses not to. Just wants to keep the control. And that is ultimately what AMOFantasy's got to break out of if they want to be able to just tie things up here. Meow on the left-hand side, creeping forwards again, but suppressed and taken care of. That jump is forced out from Philip, and is going to go down for it. Trying to make some space now in the mid, but not going to happen. 3 versus 1. What can SQE really do in this position?
Yeah, he kind of lost 25 seconds now as well. He's in their backlines. They can just surely keep this ball in their control and win. Zeta going to be able to clean up the backline now, and the super thrown out towards the ball, stopping them from grabbing it. 15 seconds. They've got to get the kills, get up the map, and get the goal. There's too much to ask from AMOFantasy, and it looks like Zeta Division are going to be going 2 sets up, cleaning up the M's, cleaning up that left-hand side as well. Now he might even go for the goal here. Garo just going to rub it, salt in the wound, and go for a little trick shot there. Ball slots in, and Zeta Division takes set 2.
Now it's starting to look a bit more convincing for Zeta. 2 sets ahead now in our first match of the day, which again is quite a pinnacle one, because if AMOFantasy make the grand finals today, which again is looking less likely now, but you know, ultimately, if they were
momentum, if you're going to be facing a team like Zeta Division, not just coming straight in first game of the show and being placed against the best team in the region. We're going to be heading on to Flaring Phoenix in knockout as the decisive one. It's either going to be a 3-0 or the start of something possibly special for AMOFantasy.
Never late than never. I mean, for AMOFantasy, if they can bring things together, but it's going to need more than just a good draft here. I feel the mechanics are going to have to be absolutely on point. Shelly RT and Tick banned by Zeta. It's the Grey, the Brock, and the Grom there of AMOFantasy. First draft in is going to be Gene. Obviously, with the Vision gear in the mid, it's not a bad shout, but Squeak definitely still available here. Cordelius absolutely can cause a huge ruckus on this particular map as well. But I think the Grom ban for me is probably my favorite on this map. It can just provide a lot of information and also just very hard to kind of work around. But definitely a response from Zeta needed in the mid, and there's a lot of opportunity to be able to do just that with Bells, with Ambers, to be able to break open the bushes as well. And there's a great deal which can cause a problem to Gene. Bo going to come in, don't necessarily mind it, not to everyone's flavor or taste, but it brings them results. And with the mines in the mid, it can be definitely difficult for Genes to push up against that. You can also break open the bush massively so and provide that crossover. But Zeta, I do feel like it's a safe pair of hands. Body going to come in for more of those assassination attempts to keep the long-range affair as well. I quite like this from Zeta so far. This is a good draft.
Yeah, listen, even if I do question Bo a little bit, I've learned to never question Zeta. So I'm going to go with Zeta and say, what a pick, what a Bo pick. I feel like it's absolutely exceptional. And then obviously the Bonnie behind it. I've got no questions about that whatsoever. The Bonnie's a very solid pick no matter where you take it, really. Gene, on the other hand, I really, really like Gene. The scouting ability is really solid. I feel like I can do a great job in the mid here. Can be able to just show so much of that bush and be able to pinch so nicely as well. When you can get the pull, it's going to be great. Sprout, we know throwers are absolutely incredible on Flaring Phoenix. But something like, I was going to say the Grom or Tick usually pick, but obviously with them being banned out, I feel like it's pretty solid.
It's definitely the best go-to thrower. It's adventurous to be picking it into the Bonnie, but nonetheless, I don't mind it here. It can work pretty well and provide that control and that scouting ability, but it does have a tendency to be overthrown by more aggressive ideas. And if Zeta wants to double down on that when it comes back around to them, I worry just a little bit. Macy for AMOFantasy, I still am not a fan of Macy. I know that Eastasia are starting to pick it up a bit more and having some good results with it, but in certain places, in certain modes, it's got that ability for sure to be able to suppress those wall situations up close and personal, but then the Barley response coming from Zeta, which is, I think, a great shout for me. I mean, ultimately, surely going to have the healing tonic to hand on this particular map and mode, and that's going to provide more survivability. It's going to bring back more control for Zeta. I think it polishes off this comp pretty well, and I'm still on the fence for Macy. I want to see it bring some big results, but this is a really tough spot to bring it in for AMOFantasy. They are putting a lot of faith in that brawler. when it comes down to it, I think my side is more with Zeta's comp. I think it's a bit safer, but that could also be its unraveling if Fantasy do get this right and can be showing more aggressiveness, get some good gene pools in as well for sure, and protect that Sprout. That has got to be the #1 priority here.
Yeah, well, we'll see if this Barley can just keep them back enough, or if Stell's going to be able to excel a bit more on this thrower. Barley shots coming through now and just keeping both of those back. Look how suppressive that is. And I mean, having the Maisie over here, I feel like the thrower versus thrower matchup would surely be more in their favor. Having Maisie over that side against someone slow who they're going to be able to get the shots off against. We haven't really seen too much from Bo here, but he's just doing a great job of scouting. And when he gets these mines, it's going to be so good for shutting off one of these lanes.
SQB taking a lot of hits on the left-hand side and struggling to find much of an open door, as Gary can just sit here till the end of time until Philip gets the pull, I guess. Meanwhile, Stel's just trying to creep forwards on the right, pushing back now just a little bit. Meow, though, getting some good aggressiveness onto Philip, and as the gas comes in now, a push has got to be made here. Gary will stay alive with the help of the healing tonic as well, and get the takedown. 3 versus 1 now. Stel is all alone and can't really do much. He's got to escape the gas and try to not feed anything more in terms of utility over to Zeta. And that's going to be round 1 going the way of Zeta.
He tried to feed no utility, but in the end, Meow managed to get some mines, which they're not going to complain about whatsoever. 2 over the right side. Gene was just trying to fly a bit under the radar there and try to get a pull off, but now the mines are being placed down nice and early, breaking up some of this grass and stopping Gene from being able to stay in there with the pull and kind of take someone by surprise. Meow needs to work for another set now for this late game, as we saw how influential they were by getting a stun onto Stel in that previous one. They need something like that to happen again if they want to win it.
Yeah, we need to get connections from Philip 100% and at the right time to the right person. Ultimately, Meow will be the prime target. Go for him now, absolutely so, but the missed ball, I mean, it was deflected potentially with the gadget, but nonetheless, it didn't even connect and didn't give themselves the chance. That's a terrible spot to find themselves in. He's got to re-earn that now, and the gas not far away from things. That's not the prime time, and now he's going to jump in. Yeah, I think it's the right move for it. Another wall, though, placed from Stel. Low HP, the last call in from Gary will secure him, but SQB surviving on just a sliver of HP on the top left-hand side, and that might be enough mines triggered for the most part. Gadget as well. Lovely built work, but can he get the HP down the right-hand side? Because Zeta are doing a wondrous job of staying in the mix, and they
to avoid the mines, a good super to keep the teammate alive at the same time. But after that, just not much to come out of it. They did a great job of managing to seal that Barley kill a little bit earlier on, because we know how difficult that is with these unbreakable walls in the mid zone. And I mean, Stel stepped a little bit out of line. If a Bonnie's got super, just stay away or stay near a teammate.
I'm gonna hand it to Emma Fantasia though, because they held themselves a lot longer than I was giving them credit for, but now the pressure really is on. They cannot afford to lose around here, and already Zeta have pushed up so deep here. Gary can just tap over this wall. Stel is a problem and the concern, but he'll actually go down, over-aggressing somewhat. The jump in from Naui will secure 2. Beautiful work from him. SQB's got to make a hero play here. 177 HP and the super to seal it. That'll be Emma Fantasia taking it around. It's the start of something, but it's a big mountain still to climb here, Trav.
I mean, it was a beautiful play. There's no two thoughts about that. But at the same time, massive over-aggression there from Zeta. Gero stepped a little bit out of line and got punished for it. Now he's just trying to work for another super yet again. Gero has his last call as well. Going to be able to throw that out and get some great zoning if he needs to. But this Sprout against Body matchup is just so tough for him to do anything, because he can just eat so many of those shots. And it's not the same story over the left-hand side.
Yeah, double stacking there from Stel and Philip. Might go some way. Now he's got wall especially, but Gary's still a problem with the last call coming in. It's going to force everyone over to the right, and we are really depending upon a magic hand pull now from Philip. So gadgets to the hand of Meow, and oh no, that's not it. That's not the one, Philip. Gary's going to survive on, stay in position, and this is going to be a lot of aggression coming the way from Zeta.
But we know what EMEA can do with this brawler. We saw him do it in the last one, and especially with the super. Still got gadgets to hand as well if he wants to go for it, but he doesn't even block him off. The gadget does not work there from Stel. The wall fails. They all fall down. Stel, the last one remaining, and now even got his super. Gero gets that final shot onto him, and now it's 1 round between Zeta and the game.
And also 1 round between Navi looking in LCQ as well. We cannot forget that if Emma Fantasia do not progress beyond the quarterfinals into they need to achieve the grand finals for this to happen. Navi will inadvertently lock themselves in for LCQ as well. So watching from the sidelines, they are licking their chops as we speak, no doubt about it. But I'm still looking for that pull though. as he's got to connect it more importantly this time around as Kimi goes in the aggressive, gets the stop on Meow, but able to heal at the back of that and stay in position now as sure, you know, EMEA Fantasy have got a good position now in terms of the mid control. Now each jump to hand though is a concern for me, and the last call available to Gary.
Yeah, this is dangerous stuff from them now, and I mean, they managed to get something from that super from Maisie, but the jump away there from Naui doesn't choose to go in, which is a little bit worrying. And now Barley just has this super, can throw it out, but still with the wall down on this side, it's a little bit dangerous for them. Now throws it out, Zeta gets them zoned out the mid, and with a body back in this long-range form, it could be very dangerous. Meow's winning this matchup on the right-hand side, but gets hit by the poison. In comes those heals from Barley, going to help out his teammates here as well. Stell's going to go down the super from SQ Mido, gets the dash, tries to get all three. The pulls there from Philip, can he get it done? He gets the pull, can't get him finished. Zeta win, and Navi locking the LCQ.
Fantastic stuff from Zeta. Looking pretty confident for the most part from start to finish. EMEA Fantasy had their moments,